Welcome to Find It in Fergus Falls. I'm Lisa Workman with the Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. Mary Philippi is out for the Easter break this week, and I'm sure she would want to join me in wishing you a happy Easter weekend. Well, on today's show, we have great guests from the Chamber of Commerce joining us. Grant Davenport with Farm Bureau Financial Services will be here, and I'm certain you're going to learn a little bit more about insurance that you didn't know before, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that interview. Also joining us will be Tanya Stahl. She's an advocate who works at the Freedom Resource Center, and they've got a lot of services that are available for folks that maybe have some barriers in their life. So stay tuned. We've got a great show lined up for you today.
I can tell you it's a great place to work. Everyone that you work with, it kind of becomes a family here.
I find joy and love in my work. I love my job.
I would definitely tell someone to apply at Pioneer. It's a good opportunity.
Pioneer Care, it's a family kind of feel when you come in. You know, they treat you good.
I can't imagine not working here. This is where my heart is, with people who we care for.
We do an important job, but we have a good time doing it. It's a fun crew, best job in the world.
What are good relationships? What are they made of? At American Federal, the answer is people. The business of farming is a lot like a good sports team, working together for a common goal with the knowledge, commitment, and passion to get the job done. Whether it's sports or farming, American Federal knows good relationships come from good people, and that's something to really cheer about. Start a relationship today with Ag and Business bankers Mark Eifert and Chris Marvel at American Federal in Fergus Falls. Member FDIC.
Well, welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. We are joined with Grant Davenport. He is one of our great chamber members and kind of on the lead team for the Fergus Falls YPN, and of course, helping people protect the things that are important in their lives.
Absolutely,
So,
yes.
Grant, welcome back to the show. It's been a while.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yeah, growing your business and helping people protect the things that are important to them is really what it's all about, and what you get to do every day.
That is. It makes my job fun. Everybody's situation is a little different, and when I sit down and meet with folks or businesses, it's really a learning atmosphere. Phrasing that I really like to use with people is I get to know your world and what's important to protect in that, and kind of break it down, and then we find ways to make sure that any of our daily risks are going to be protected with what we're able to put together for you.
You know, and I bet there are times that you really get to be a hero for folks too, because something catastrophic happens or something just weird. I remember once you saying you get phone calls that say you'll never guess what just happened.
Yeah, no, I mean, even this week already, I've had some scenarios where you hear it and you're like, right, I wouldn't have believed that if I hadn't heard it and known you before. But I definitely want to be that resource for helping people with whatever it may be that they're working through, and it truly is a fun and challenging environment, but people are certainly appreciative when they know they've been taken care of appropriately for the things that are important to them.
Well, and when you look at insurance too, you get a renewal in the mail or your declarations page. I mean, and there's a few trees that have been forfeited their existence for some of the papers, but I mean, how's a regular guy like me supposed to understand that?
You're probably not going to, in all reality.
Oh, good.
If you're not looking at it on a daily basis to understand the terminologies and numbers that go with that, it can certainly be over people's heads, or you feel like, what am I actually purchasing here? How is this helping me? So that's something that I really do a lot with people, is just education. Hey, let's sit down, go through this. Is this how you would utilize your insurance if something happened? And a lot of times, kind of these light bulb situations come about, like, well, I didn't realize I had that, or I didn't know I could use it for that. So people gain a lot from sitting down and visiting with somebody in that kind of one-on-one setting and learning about their situation.
Yeah, because a lot of times you think you have a question that you should maybe know the answer to. I mean, I've been purchasing insurance for probably, several decades now. And you kind of feel like you should understand this stuff, but it is complicated.
It is, and it's no different than from having a lawyer to an accountant to everybody's got their specialty, and so that's my goal and job, is to know it from A to Z and how that's going to affect you. Like I said, I wouldn't expect somebody that's not in that industry to know everything that's laid out in front of them. and know how that works. So I'll also stress the point there too of having a local agent to work with can be vitally important. Can you purchase a lot of this stuff online or over the phone? Yes, you can.
Sure.
But I don't know if you're setting yourself up in the best situation that way, because they don't know your situation as well as having somebody local that understands what's going on there.
And when the case happens that you need to actually use insurance, I always say you want to make the investment in insurance and hope that you never need it.
Absolutely.
And if you call that 1-800 number again, what are the chances that you're gonna be able to explain the situation, get through get through it, where now you've folks have met with you, you've created a personalized plan for them, and now if they need to use it, they can come back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I tell people too is, hey, I'm glad we've got you set up great. I don't want to hear from you for another year, and that's a good thing, because that means we haven't had claims or any issues along those. But I'm a big proponent of annual reviews, so I always tell folks I'm working with, you know what, in a year from now, I'm going to be giving you a call. Things change in your life. Let's sit down, review this for 20 minutes, and just make sure that we're in a spot that if something happens, we've taken all the steps that we can to prepare for those situations. And it's like I said, I always kid people of not wanting to see them. I'll gladly say hi to you in the grocery store or wherever it may be, but I don't want to get that claim call, but I'll absolutely help you out if you do, versus, like you said, the 1-800 number.
Right. You get somebody who's on your side, in your court, ready to go to bat for you.
Yep.
Now, so Grant, you represent the company as Farm Bureau Financial Services, but you're much more than farm property protection, correct?
Yeah, the name, we are the #1 farm insurer in the state of Minnesota for farms. So agricultural coverage is something that we're very good at. Outside of that, however, we carry all other lines of insurance, whether that's commercial, just home, auto, renters. We get into the life insurance, annuities. We have a partnership with Blue Cross Blue Shield for health insurance. So a lot of different products that we can get into, kind of be that one-stop shop for insurance to help with any of the needs that you may have. I feel that our rates, for the most part, are very competitive in this area, and as a company, we do a great job in protecting the people that we work with and representing them well.
Well, and you mentioned rates too. A lot of times people think about their insurance when they get that annual bill, or every 6 months when that comes. But really, there's more to it than just the check that you're writing out. You really want to know what you're covering and how much of it.
Yep, and I think that goes really for anything that people are purchasing. The almighty dollar, it speaks. I understand that. When we're talking with people, it's got to be competitively priced. I understand that. But no different than getting a washer and dryer or whatever it may be. There's different levels of coverage, and price kind of goes with that. So to always get the cheapest one, that old adage of you kind of get what you pay for can certainly be very true in the insurance world. But to be price conscious is obviously a good thing too, but like I said, for the most part, what we're providing is going to be in that range that is a good value for your dollar for what you're getting.
Sure. Well, one of the things too that I've learned over the years is the importance, or the the value of having some overall coverage or an umbrella policy.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about those.
Yes, the liability umbrella policy. This is something that, as I've grown in this profession, I am actually kind of shocked at the lack of usage by both individuals and commercial businesses. The liability umbrella is an overall coverage that is above and beyond your underlying car insurance, home insurance, liabilities, those things. If we get into bad situations, car accidents, slips, trips, falls, and there's a limit to the amount of coverage that we have on those policies. Anything above and beyond that now would go to the individual household or the business, and
It would be their
responsibility. Now, a liability umbrella starts off at $1 million, and it goes above and beyond all those items. So if your liability is exhausted on your car insurance, on your homeowner's insurance, it's going to transition over into that umbrella, and it's just a great way to help protect the assets that we've worked hard to build up, and an accident takes 2 seconds, and for
Right.
that to really hinder a family or business moving forward because now we have financial debt of some kind. The cost of these umbrellas for the amount of coverage that is provided is truly not very much money.
It's a bargain.
It really is.
I hate to use that word when you talk about insurance,
mean-
but it's that one coverage that it's like, well, why aren't more people using
Yeah,
this?
and so I'm a huge proponent of these. I share them with everybody that I sit down and talk with. Is it a required coverage? No, but you really should be aware of what they're doing and how they protect people in our world today. Unfortunately, we're in a sue-happy society. Medical bills add up really quick. All these different things that, if not accounted for, could have some really big financial stakes for somebody that just to dig out of that hole or to
It's tough.
overcome would be very difficult.
Yeah, when you think about, like you said, medical costs and the rising price of vehicles, and when if it's a car situation,
Yes.
but those things add up.
Mhm.
Well, Grant, one of the things that you've been involved with, since really last year,
Mhm.
has been the Fergus Falls Young Professionals Network.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that, and kind of exciting. There's been a lot of stuff going on with
It has.
the YPN.
Yeah, no, it was one of those situations where I've spoken with other, young business owners, people in the community, and in partnership with the Chamber of Commerce, just kind of a need for this group to be present in this community. And so working together, we got this up and going.
Yeah.
And it's been a real challenging yet fun experience to be on the board with that, to kind of tap into the resources that this community has from not only people but businesses, and put together these monthly get-togethers per se for social interaction, but also some networking from a business standpoint, and really have an avenue for people to come out and learn about what's going on in the community.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So thank you for all your hard work on getting the Young
thank you.
Professionals Network. There's so many young people like yourself that are starting businesses or moving into the community that
Yes.
let's get them connected and active in the community so that Grant Davenport with Farm Bureau Financial Services is here for decades to
Absolutely.
take care of everything that you need for insurance.
That's the
So-
plan, yes.
Well, Grant, do you have any of your annual farm tour days set up? I know that's one of the things that you've done as a representative, and
Yeah, I actually have a couple,
You get to go out on the road.
I have a couple set up for this next week already here, where one of the, I'll say, unique pieces to our company, especially on the ag side, is we have our ag underwriters that actually will accompany us to these appointments to learn about the farm setup. That way they can see it, touch it, smell it of what we're going to be covering. There's no questions at that point when we're sending in pictures or documentation of what this farmer or rancher has set up and going, and they can ask all those direct questions and have confidence in the consumer that we're going to be covering this appropriately. And
Sure.
people are proud of their stuff.
Oh yeah,
And
they
it's-
work really darn
It
hard.
is great to pull into a yard and meet somebody for the first time and hear about their operation. Learn how they're the third generation on this piece of property, or we just put up this new set of grain bins, whatever it may be. And it's just great to have those interactions on site with people and really learn about their operation. So I do really enjoy those trips I get to make, and even outside of, we'll say, farms. I am the type of person where if you live in town and you have your house and a couple cars, I still want to swing by your place and meet you there and talk
Yeah.
about your situation at your home and learn about that there. So I like to be very much hands-on with everybody's situation that way.
Which is nice, because then folks aren't having to take their lunch hour off work
Yes.
necessarily to come see you in your office. You'll go
Yep.
see them at a
Yep.
time and a place that's convenient.
Yes,
So,
and that's
truly personalized service,
that's the goal.
definitely. Well, anything else we should add? I think we've covered quite a bit.
Yes, we have. No, I think that's really the main pieces. And I'll just tell anybody out there that if you've had those questions, or maybe you've had the same company now for 5, 8, 10 years, and you really haven't checked to see what's available, it can only help you to see what is out there. You may find that your pricings right now are maybe a little out of line, or the coverages haven't been updated for a few years and we need to do that. If you have any questions on that, please give me a call, stop by. I'd be happy to have those conversations with you and find those products that are best for your situation.
Fantastic. And how can folks get in touch with you?
Yeah,
of course, the chamber website.
Yes. Office is located at 225 West Cavour in the Keller Williams building. So you're always welcome to stop there Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30, or certainly give us a call. It's 218-736-9099. And website would just be grantdavenport.com, but also through the chamber there. And we'll find a time and get together with you and, again, make sure that you're in a good situation.
Sounds good. Well, thanks, Grant, for joining us today on the show.
All right, thanks for having me.
We'll be right back after a short break. Well, welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. I'm here with another great chamber member, Tanya Stahl with Freedom Resource Center. Tanya, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks.
Glad to have you here. I just dig your glasses. They're just super cute. So just remember Tanya. Tanya's the one with the cool glasses. So Tanya, let's talk a little bit about Freedom Resource Center. You guys kind of operate, I would say, a little bit under the radar, but the services that you provide as an organization, you help so many people.
We do. We work with people that have disabilities, and by that we mean anything from a physical disability, a mental health disability. It can be a chronic health condition. A lot of people think of disability in someone using a wheelchair or a cognitive disability, but really our definition expands much more than that, and realize that a person's health or a change can cause a barrier in their life. And that's what we're really there for, is to help reduce barriers for people that have disabilities or new disabilities.
I kind of picture you guys as like bulldozers. We're just going to mow down these barriers, push down the walls. We're going to make things accessible for people. And like you said, a lot of times people think of, well, there's somebody with a disability, and you automatically, you picture the wheelchair parking symbol sign. But like you said, it's so much more than that. How about if somebody were to maybe get in a car accident and now, they've got a broken leg or they're in a cast and they'd still like to work?
Yes. So if someone has a new disability, or maybe even a temporary disability because they're recovering, that can cause some barriers with a lot of different things in your life, employment being one of them. And if someone were to come in and see me, we can talk about what some of those barriers are. We can talk about things like accommodations, and those are simple changes that you can make at work so you can stay employed or keep doing your work. We can talk about some of the benefits that your employer may offer that you can maybe take advantage of. And we can help your employer to understand maybe how to work with people that have disabilities or new disabilities to maintain their employee, so they can keep coming to work and they can keep that person that they've had there that's doing a really good job otherwise.
Make it work for them.
Yeah, make it work.
And again, you're taking down those barriers not just for the individual, but also for, like you said, an employment situation. Yep. Working directly with the businesses to help them, because you guys do this on a regular basis. Where a business, they're trying to make accommodations. They're like, I don't even know where to go. Could a business contact you and say, we have somebody that they're struggling with this issue or that, we need some help?
Absolutely, we can help businesses anywhere between the interview process to hiring to employing a person with a disability, talking about what some of those accommodations are, maybe if there's some benefits from the government that they could take advantage of, and what accommodations are. It's kind of scary when people hear the Americans with Disabilities Act or the ADA. They're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be expensive, it's going to be hard. A lot of the times it's a simple, easy thing, and it's really going to make the difference between a successful relationship with that employee and an unsuccessful relationship with that employee.
Right, it might be something as simple as, an extra break
It
during
could be
their
an
shift.
extra break. It could be sitting down for a little bit. I know a lot of people have witnessed maybe someone using a stool when they're at the checkout counter.
Mm-hmm.
Standing for a lot of people is difficult. And
Oh yeah, it's hard on your legs, on your back.
it is. And sometimes, that small change is going to be the difference between them staying at work and not working at all.
Right.
So it can be a really easy, simple fix. And it's just learning. It's getting some more information so that you can make a better decision and have a good relationship with your employees and keep your business flowing.
Right, and I know that's something that employers struggle a lot with now, is that they're lacking employees, or they're not getting enough of the right employees, and so you guys can help, like I said, make it so that well this is a good person, but I just don't know how they're going to fit in this situation. You can help make those things happen.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of people with disabilities that can work and are willing to work, and they are great employees.
Definitely.
Great people, and sometimes it's just diving into some things that you don't know. So something new,
People are
and that's
afraid
okay.
of the unknown.
We're afraid of the unknown sometimes, but definitely we can help on both sides, the employee and the employer, on learning some new things and having that good relationship. So.
One of the things that we had talked about a little bit ago is helping folks, like if there are, maybe it's going to be a long-term disability where maybe due to Parkinson's or something, they're not able to do stairs so much anymore. Let's talk about some of those things, that it's not just, that type of disability. It's all kinds of different, it's disease-related things.
Right, so with a physical disability, Parkinson's has a lot of physical symptoms, and stairs, for example, we have a temporary ramp program. So if someone is needing a ramp short term, because they're either waiting for a permanent solution, or maybe it's just a temporary issue you're healing from, maybe an injury, we loan out temporary ramps so that someone can come home from rehab early. Maybe it's the only thing that's keeping someone from going home, and we loan those out for free. We
Wow.
don't charge for that.
That's fantastic.
And you have me, in the background. So if you are looking for a permanent solution, what are the options on getting that done? Who do I contact? How do we? Some people need some financial resources, so we're going to look at what those are.
Sure.
And then dealing with actual specs of the ramp. So what's going to work for me at my home?
Right. Well, I mean, if it were me and I were building a ramp, who knows? They might not build it with enough slope where if they've got a walker, it doesn't move very well, or maybe too much.
I've
I'm not the
seen some
expert.
scary ones. We try to make sure that people can use them and that they're safe.
Definitely.
And at your house, it's going to be tailored to you. So it's really going to make a difference as to how you're getting around too. If you're using a manual wheelchair, for example, versus using a walker, we might recommend some different things so that you can utilize that best.
Right. And there's a lot of things to consider when that comes into play.
That's just outside your house.
Right.
There's lots
Then
of
you
things
got to get
inside
inside.
your house. Yep.
Right. Too, as far as different ways that doors open, or cupboards, or height of things. A lot of adjustments that you guys are the experts in that, and can
Yep.
help people where they're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm pulling out my hair here.
Yep.
So what does it cost for folks if they want some some help from Freedom Resource Center?
It doesn't cost anything. We
Way.
are grant funded, so we get to share our services for free.
So how do folks get in touch with you then?
They can call us at my office here. It is 218-998-1799. And we are down a block here at the Lincoln Center building where the Workforce Center is. We're in the back hallway, so if you can't find us, keep walking.
Yep, keep
But
going.
We're in there. So.
And it's right on the main level there. Now, it's always best to call ahead, because you go out and visit people where they're at too. You
do.
put on a lot of miles.
We do. It's me and Marie that work in that office, and we will go out to people and meet at their home or in their local community, because we realize that transportation is sometimes a barrier.
Definitely.
Both because we're rural, and if you have a disability, sometimes you need accessible transportation. If you're using a wheelchair, for example, you're going to need transportation that allows your wheelchair to come with you.
Right.
So sometimes that's an issue too. So we definitely will meet people where they're at, and if that's the case, we're not in our office.
Right. And again, working with both the businesses, with homeowners, with individuals to help them, work their way through the process in the system too, because whether it's a new disability or one that they've been struggling with for a while, you're there.
Yep, you don't come looking for us unless you need us. And a lot of local services around the community know about us, so it's a lot of word of mouth. But usually it's a service that's only looked for when it's needed.
Right.
And I don't want you to wait till it's
crisis moment.
You're in a crisis mode and you're kind of down at the bottom of things before you start looking for help. We can definitely be there from the beginning, wherever you're at now. And we want to help you improve your quality of life or maintain it. So it can be a lot of, if you don't really know, if you're unsure if it's a good place to call, just call anyway.
Call anyhow, yeah.
Because if it's something we don't do or can't help with, I will definitely let you know and help you find someone that can.
Yep. Well, you are the Freedom Resource Center, so
Yep.
a place for folks to go. Again, if you're watching and you know of somebody in this situation, have them get in touch with Tanya or Marie at the office. Give them a call, and they'll help you work you through the system, because you guys have been through many different processes and situations where you've got years of experience doing
Yes.
this. So, well, anything else we should touch on today, Tanya?
I don't think so. I think.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll check them out downtown at the Lincoln Center. And thank you for joining us on the show today and for all the work that you guys do.
Thanks.
We'll be back after a little break.
Pioneer Care. Work with purpose.
I would definitely tell someone to apply at Pioneer. There's definitely room to grow, room to advance, and it's a good opportunity.
I've worked a number of other places, and this is by far the best.
I would say come and join our team. It's amazing working here.
I can tell you it's a great place to work. Everyone that you work with, it kind of becomes a family here.
Pioneer Care is looking for employees in various areas, so log on or give us a call and join the Pioneer Care family.
And welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. Well, I'd love to thank our guests today for joining us, Tanya Stahl with Freedom Resource Center and Grant Davenport with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Both folks that are doing a lot of great work in our community, and I hope you have the chance to meet them soon. Well, wishing you a happy Easter, and if you're looking for more fun things to do in our community following the Easter holiday, check out the Chamber's website at fergusfalls.com and click on our events calendar. I'm Lisa Workman. This has been Find It in Fergus Falls, and we'll see you again next week.